beautiful soul. My name is Mara, and I welcome you to this pick a card, or rather, pick a charm reading. So, today we are going to be looking at a message from your spirit guides. We don't have any specific topic today. We're just going to see what comes through with tarot. I may end up pulling some oracle cards, but we'll see when we get to your reading. So, I've got 3 different charms for you to choose from today. And as I hold those up to the camera, I will be playing a sound for those that would like to choose their reading clairaudiently. So let's go ahead and start with reading number 1. Reading number 2. And reading number 3. All right, if you need more time, you can pause the video or you can go down to the description box and hit the reading selection timestamp. We are going to start with reading number 1, but all 3 readings will be timestamped in the description as well. And as always, if you are interested in purchasing the tarot deck that I will be using today, or if I use any oracle, then you can find all the links to the decks I'll be using in this video in the description box. You can also find a link to all of the decks that I use in my personal practice and on this channel. So yeah, go ahead and find your reading and I'll see you there. Hello, group number 1. Welcome to your reading. Let's go ahead and dive into your spirit guide's message. So by feeling drawn to and choosing this reading and choosing this shell, you have been led here for a reason, and your spirit guides do have a message for you. So let's dive into what they have to say. Just going to give my deck a shuffle. Let's see, for group number 1, Spirit, what do they need to hear? Interesting. Okay. We have the 10 of Swords, the 7 of Wands, the Knight of Wands reversed, and the Queen of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So a cycle has ended. It has ended, and you may be having a hard time navigating your way forward or seeing a way forward. It kind of seems like there's this desire to rush. There's this desire to be a little bit irrational, just for the sake of finding a different path, finding relief. And so it does seem like as you do that, if you do that, that you may end up receiving an outcome that isn't necessarily what you want. So instead of moving out of this cycle and making a natural progression towards what you need in terms of expansion and finding a newfound stability, you may end up landing in this kind of frustrating, kind of stagnant energy where you feel like you have to fight to get the things that you want. And so the universe is just kind of saying, slow down. allow yourself to really process everything that this ending has entailed. If you're still in the thick of it, allow yourself to be in the thick of it. Don't try to force yourself to be in a position that you're just not ready for. And as you really acknowledge and nurture your emotions and really lean into your emotional guidance system, you will definitely find a much better outcome than this. So, this feels like a little bit of a, I guess, for lack of a better word, a warning. It doesn't feel like a scary doom warning, but it does feel like a just to let you know that you may be rushing things and you may want to slow down a bit and tune into your emotions a little bit more so that you don't end up in a place where you feel like you're fine, but you don't have everything that you want. Let's see what else is coming through. Yeah. Okay. Okay. After you choose to slow down, after you get the hang of experiencing what you need to in the moment, it does seem like things are going to pick up. It does seem like you will have a much better idea of where you want to go and how you want to really connect with yourself and the people around you. The Eight of Wands is a great energy to have in terms of moving forward. I feel like it's very purposeful direction. So there's not a lot of meaningless goals. You are setting your goals and you know why you're setting them. And so if you fully allow yourself to process whatever this ending is, then you can move on to this stage where it really starts to click and things make sense. You feel aligned with your life and the things that you really want for yourself. And it may be that you receive a lot of healing from this time. You receive a lot of understanding with yourself. This feels very much like you healing some kind of wound with yourself. And it's coming from your ability to really slow down and set some boundaries with yourself, to grow some kind of trust in your ability to take things slowly and still achieve. Because just because you're moving slowly doesn't mean that you're not getting things done. And especially with the Three of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, Three of Cups there too. This definitely feels like you are ready to look forward after you fully look backward. So there may be a little bit of this feeling that you're missing out on something that's really really good in your future, but that's just not the case. If you allow yourself to fully take a look at this and really acknowledge this ending, then you're putting the finalized momentum into place by acknowledging everything that you need to in terms of this ending. And as you do that, you're creating this vision for yourself and this expansion, and you're fully ready to receive this new start. And it does feel very fast paced, but it doesn't feel like a chaotic fast pace, like trying to rush through something. It feels planned, it feels purposeful, it feels concise at its core. And so trust yourself to get here. Trust yourself to get to this place where you're not in reverse Eight of Wands, where things are just kind of being thrown out there and seeing what sticks. You're aiming and you're shooting. Okay, let's see if Spirit has any other messages. How can you get to this place? What else are we seeing? I feel like one more card flipped around. Yeah. Okay. So we do have the Four of Swords reversed, Five of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Nine of Wands. So this really feels like your guides are saying that this is important and you're being asked to recognize it because it's divine timing. Because if you were to skip over this part and really just not allow yourself to rest, there would be chaos. There would be a lot of second guessing. You would look back on this time and wonder if you made the right choices. You would look back and really doubt yourself in the midst of everything. And so you are being asked to really involve yourself in the process of this ending so that you can avoid this conflict, so that you can avoid that back and forth thinking. And it may start to spill out into your relationships. But if you allow yourself to really indulge in this moment and really express yourself and lean into the emotions that you're having in regards to this ending, then you can avoid this altogether. That, or that it will be a little bit less of an impact on you because you've really taken the time to invest in it. I also feel like for some of you, this message is about you disengaging from conflict. So if there is a lot going on in terms of arguments, or if you already have back and forth thinking of should I move on, should I not, should I let this end fully, should I fight for what I want, um, there may be a lot of questions bubbling up in your mind. And so I feel like for some of you, for a group of you, this message is going to be about you disengaging from that as best you can and just trusting that you are making the right choice, that you can walk away from the people that are really causing a lot of drama and unnecessary conflict in your life so that you can find this better feeling for yourself. So with the Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Wands here, and we do have the Fool on the bottom of the deck, it is feeling like there may be there may be some leftover resentment from how this ending unfolded. So I do feel that as you move forward, even though you will start to progress and you will start to find this harmony and this beautiful energy that the Two of Cups provides, I do feel that there is this sense of you kind of feeling tired. You're done. You're kind of maxed out. And so I do feel like your guides are saying, make sure to continue to check in with yourself. Continue to really give yourself what you need and pour into your own cup so that you don't burn out and ending up right back where you started. So take care of yourself. That Queen of Cups energy that was on the bottom of the deck with this is still very present. She's still something that you would want to channel excuse me, moving forward. So allow yourself to really acknowledge the emotions that you're having so that you can avoid um, burning out, so that you can avoid this wounded soldier energy where you feel like you have to move forward, but it's just so hard, or you resent the people around you for not supporting you more, or that there's a lot of ways that the Nine of Wands energy can come out, but I do feel like this is your journey, so it's important that you take accountability and responsibility for the emotions and the journey that you're really going to go on when it comes to this process. And with the Fool being on the bottom of the deck, spiritually, this is such a great card to receive. And I feel like your guides are saying to just trust yourself and have a little bit of, uh, you know, what is the word? Not envy. That is not the right word. Why is that word coming to mind? It feels, oh, I don't know. It's leaving my brain, but this feeling of just not really knowing how things are going to work out and doing it anyway. Um, Kind of ignorance is bliss moment where you don't have to look at the big picture of things, where you just kind of take that journey and move forward. And underneath that, oh wow, yeah, we've just got Judgment and the Lovers. So I feel like this is going to be a time, a really big moment in your life where you really learn to take on the things that scare you and move into them anyways. And facing yourself like that, facing your fears like that can really be empowering. It can really change the way that you live your life and show up for yourself. So, overall, your spirit guides just want you to know that something is closing out. There are things for you to disengage from, there are ways for you to move around this, but overall, it is important that you do it thoroughly, that you take a look at what is ending, you don't shy away from it, you allow yourself to feel what you need to in terms of disappointment, and that you don't rush through this process. Allow yourself to embrace this new beginning without feeling resentful for the things that have really gone wrong in the past. And I say that with quotes because I feel like with this being such a divine timing moment for you, um, it's not really wrong. And if you feel like you've made wrong decisions, then that's just something for you to address within yourself. Go without fear, go without the limitations of what's going to happen next, because it it just it will make sense as you move forward, and you will find that clarity, you will find that healing along the way. So maybe it doesn't happen at first, maybe you need to give yourself some space and some room to find those clear and precise goals, but they will show up for you and they will start to manifest. So, yeah, that is your spirit guide message. I hope that you found this reading helpful and insightful and that you resonated deeply. If you do like the way that I read tarot and the way I channel spirit, then please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. I am also over on TikTok. I go live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So you can come and get a reading from me live. If you'd like to book a private reading, my info is in the description box as well. And just a heads up, I will be doing some tarot classes next month. I have set a date. It'll be starting April 13th, 10 a.m. Mountain Time. So every other Sunday, I will be going live to do some tarot classes and really dive into tarot thoroughly. So it is going to be a lengthy course, but it'll be so worth it, and you will feel like such a confident reader after it's all said and done. So I'm excited to go on that journey with you, and I hope that you subscribe and tag along for updates. I will see you at your next reading. Hello, group number 2. Let's go ahead and dive into your reading. Let's take a look at your spirit guide message. So, by feeling drawn to and choosing this video, and by choosing this, I believe this is a walnut shell. I could be wrong on that. I think that it's walnut. By choosing this charm, what do your spirit guides need you to know right now? I'm just going to give my deck a quick shuffle, and then we will jump into your reading. What does group number 2 need to hear? Okay, let's start here. All right, so we've got the Hierophant, the Eight of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the Moon. And on the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Pentacles. I definitely feel like this is a call to step into some kind of line of work. It feels like you are learning a lot about something, and to trust that process. I do feel like it's taking longer than you maybe anticipated, but it's for a reason, and it's important that you thoroughly invest in this process of learning so that you end up where you really want, so that you end up in this position where you do feel very confident in what you know, the knowledge that you have, and everything that that's going to really bring forward for you. So this Eight of Pentacles, this is about taking your time in learning. You don't want to rush through each pentacle and have it be shoddy work. You want it to be this work of art that you really dedicate your time and energy into. Um, and as you finish each piece, you are hanging Oh, excuse me. You are hanging them up for the world to see. Now, the thing about the Eight of Pentacles is that later on, people will recognize your work, but while you are doing this behind the scenes work, it is very behind the scenes. And so it is important for you to dive into this learning process because there are things that you're going to want to tweak. There are things that you're going to want to um, move around to make really perfect for you so that when you bring these things forward, when people do start to witness the work that you've put into things, that they can say, oh my goodness, you have put so much detail and just made this such a meticulous and really thoughtful process, and it shows. And so trust that even though this may be taking longer than expected, the learning process and the details that you are really applying into your work are going to be worth it in the end. With the King of Swords here, it does feel very strong, very independent, really I feel like you're gaining some kind of new value or perspective in life. It's almost like because of this work and the path that you've really had to go on in terms of all of this unfolding for you, it has changed the way that you approach yourself and it has changed the way that you approach life. And so you are going to be asked to really lean into these new perspectives and these new instincts that you really have in yourself. And as you follow that, you will start to progress even further. It does feel a little bit mysterious. It doesn't seem like your guides want you to know exactly where you're going. If they told you, I don't think that you would believe them. So there is this message of, just stay where you're at, trust where you're at, finish what you're doing so that you can end up in this space of having this perspective shift and having this newfound knowledge about yourself and the universe and everything that, comes with having done this prep work, and trust that you will be on this journey for a reason, that things are going to shift and you are going to expand in ways that maybe you weren't anticipating. With the Ace of Pentacles here, I really feel like this is just a message that this whole process is like a little seed. It's like a little plant that you need to tend to, you need to take care of. You need to make sure the soil has the right nutrients. You need to make sure that you're watering it regularly, that you're really giving it enough sunlight. And, sometimes plants need a lot of breeze. There's a lot of different things. And so making sure that you are tending to the seed of this journey, the plant of this journey is going to be important. So your guides are saying that we've handed it to you, but you have to nurture it. You have to bring it into this space. And you are capable. Otherwise, this wouldn't show up for you. The cards don't give you things that don't align with you. And if you are aligned with these cards, then that definitely means that you are capable of bringing forth success from a seed. So let's see what else is coming through for you. Try again. I feel like there is this message with the Chariot reversed that you may run into some difficulties when it comes to feeling successful, feeling accomplished, but you're not meant to give up just because one method or one idea didn't pan out the way that you thought it would. You are definitely capable of getting the money that you want out of this as a career if that's the direction that you want to take it in. Um, and it will bring you a lot of happiness. But in order to really get there, you do have to stay a little bit persistent in the direction and the strategy of your dreams. So making sure that you are showing up for yourself, that you're really aligning with the next thing, that you don't limit yourself by trying the same thing over and over again. Of course, you can try the same thing more than once. But if it starts to not work for you, if it starts to feel like you're burning out, then it's time to expand. It's time to shift and find that perspective change that can really allow for success, that can really allow for this moment of expansion and realization of what needs to be done in order to get this sun moment where you do ultimately achieve. Okay, the Page of Swords with the Eight of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So, closing out your reading, your spirit guides are saying that you have everything that it takes to really have the right idea. You have the intellect. You are smart enough. You have what it takes to communicate effectively, to overcome conflicts in regards to everything that you are really tackling when it comes to this financial or craft journey. And with the Eight of Wands on the bottom of the deck, your guides are saying to be precise. Take this sword, learn how to use it in a very meaningful and strong way. Make sure that you are taking the time to learn how to use a sword, and you're not just taking it and swinging it and cutting up people and left and right and um, do things purposefully, do things from a space of knowledge. And that's where that Hierophant comes back around. Really make sure that you build a solid foundation of knowledge in regards to whatever it is that you're working on, so that you don't feel like you're incompetent, so that you don't suffer with imposter syndrome, so that you don't move through life in this, well, I know everything kind of attitude. Because as you learn, you will also be more receptive to learning more. You'll be more receptive to expanding along the journey as necessary. So, overall, your message is all about movement forward. It's about learning, it's about expanding, and really focusing on the current goals that you have, the current craft that you have, making that as perfect as it could be for you. It doesn't have to be perfect for everybody, but as perfect for you. And as you do that, you will experience a perspective shift. You will experience some kind of powerful shift where you start to step into this leadership role for yourself, and you say, actually, I need to go this way. I need to move in this direction. I didn't think that this would set me on the path for this, but it's where I'm at, and I'm going to trust it. Um, Recognize that things may not always work out, and that is okay. It is a redirection, it is not a loss. And so it's important that you still stay powerful, you still channel that really strong and powerful moment for yourself where you do feel confident. And in that leadership role, so that you can get the ultimate victory that you are really seeking, and get multiple victories. The Chariot can speak of being triumphant over something, but honestly, the Sun, it could speak of multiple victories. It could speak of a longer lasting and more stable victory. And so, even if little things don't work out, even if big things don't work out, trust that you're still moving in the right direction and adjust accordingly. Allow yourself to feel like, yes, you are starting from a beginner level, but that eventually you will reach the point of this King of Wands. You're going from the page all the way to the king. So, keep your goals in alignment, keep your sights set on the future, and don't skip over any of the process along the way. All right. So that was your spirit guide message. I hope that you found this reading helpful and insightful and uplifting. If you like the way that I read tarot and want to support my channel, then please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing if you haven't already. I always like to know what pile you guys pick. So if you chose this one, then go ahead and comment pile number 2 in the comment section. Also, I am over on TikTok. I do live readings every Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays, and Friday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So if you are interested in getting a reading from me, you can pop over there or you can schedule a private one. I do have my email in the description box as well. And also, if you're still listening, I am going to be doing some tarot lessons next month. I have set a date and it will start on April 13th at 10 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So I will be going live to do a lesson and they will be recorded. YouTube does post your lives after you record them. So it will be posted. So if you can't make it during that time, just know that you can tune back into those things if you're interested in learning how to read tarot. So, yeah, I hope you have a wonderful journey, and I know that your guides are in full support of this path for you. I hope you do well. Blessed be. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. Let's dive into your spirit guide message. So, by feeling drawn to and choosing this video, and by choosing this elephant charm, okay, we've already got messages coming through. Slow down, spirit. What do they need to hear? What does group number 3 need to hear? Just give it a quick shuffle. And we'll dive into your message. What does group number 3 need to hear? All right. Okay, so we'll start here. We have Justice, the Hierophant, the Three of Wands reversed, and the King of Swords on the bottom of the deck. All right. You are definitely changing course. It does feel like there's a bit of mystery, a bit of adjustment on your part in terms of how you're going to be moving forward. And you are probably going to be asked to expand and shift your perspective to really lean into a direction that's more authentic for you. I do feel like there's some kind of like, I see what I want, but I don't believe that I could have it, or I don't believe that the universe would provide for me fully along this path. So there's almost this feeling of needing to shift the way that you speak to yourself, the way that you speak to or speak things out into creation, just so that you don't limit yourself in terms of everything that the universe is trying to provide for you. It seems like your guides are trying to remind you that you are very powerful and capable of finding a more balanced and authentic path for you. But it's going to come from your ability to really learn and adjust accordingly, and to stick to a plan, stick to a really clear routine so that you don't get wrapped up in the limitations and the doubts that can come with the Three of Wands reversed. Interesting energy. I feel like it's very protective, like your guides are trying to protect you from a self-doubt spiral or some kind of moment where you don't believe anymore, that they're trying to keep your innocence. They're trying to keep you from finding this this really dark moment in your life where you don't feel like things are being provided for you. Let's see what else is coming through. Okay. We have the Six of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, and can I fit this over here? Yeah, just barely. And the Four of Pentacles. Let me move everything over. So, speaking of providing for you, it does seem like the universe is going to be sending somebody or some things to really bring you the things that you want. There is this underlying essence of fear. I do feel like with the Three of Swords and the Four of Pentacles that you may not believe in the consistency of this blessing. So you may receive some money if that's what you're in need of. And you're like, well, I've received this, but it's only going to stretch so far. And I know the universe isn't going to give me this opportunity again. So I have to push really hard. There's this feeling of doubt that kind of overlays whatever is coming to you. And so you're being asked to really feel through that and question, why do you feel that way? What is it that has persisted in your life to make you have this belief system that you are not worthy of consistently receiving something good? So, as you kind of dive into that, it is important to not rush through that process because I do feel like there may be a lot for you to uncover. And as I'm messing with this, it reminds me of like just an elephant. They can run, but they walk slowly. They they have really soft padding on their feet, and so they have to be a little bit mindful of where they are stepping so that they don't end up hurting themselves. And so there is this message of taking your time, being a slow moving elephant where you really indulge in each moment and each lesson and emotional aspect of why you feel like you can't receive on a consistent basis. And with the Three of Cups being on the bottom of the deck, this is a further reminder and an indication that you will find success, that you will be in this place of the receiving mode. You're harvesting all of the things that you really want for yourself, and it's coming as a result of you doing the work to really open yourself up to it, because the universe can hand you stuff all day. But if you're not in the receiving mode, if you're not aware, and if you're not in the perspective of seeing it, then it's going to go right past you. It's going to go right past you, or you'll receive it and you'll feel ungrateful, or you'll receive it and you'll feel like it's fast fleeting. And so doing the prep work, really allowing yourself to stop thinking that way and feel like, just feel it. Allow yourself to express how that feels, to feel afraid of not having that consistent income or that consistent resource or that consistent love or the consistent health. Allow yourself to feel that and then explore the why and then explore the depths of it. But first, you really do have to express it, because if you're not able to do that, then you don't understand it. So let's see what else is coming through. This is, again, a really interesting energy. I normally don't feel so, um, it doesn't feel like your guides are like slapping you on the hand, but it does feel like they're being a little bit stern with you, and not because they're disappointed, not because they feel negative, but because they just don't want to see you suffer. They don't want to see you go in this cycle of worrying. And so they are kind of grabbing you tightly and saying, "We love you. We want to see you receiving. We are sending you the things, but you have to do the inner work to open yourself up to it." So we do have the Fool and the Strength card with the Page of Swords on the bottom of the deck. So this is feeling like a message to just trust. You've got the sun shining on you. You've got good things happening. Spirit is on your side. Your conscious and subconscious are ready to make this journey. And it's just important that you take what you have and move forward with it and allow yourself to gain momentum naturally. So you don't have to have all of the answers in order to move towards this receiving mode. You don't have to be perfect at things in order to get the things that you want. The Strength speaks of a long spiritual journey, a long commitment to yourself and to whatever you are devoting your time and energy into, and it in response will devote itself back to you. So understand that as you embark upon this journey, that it is going to be a lengthy one, but it will be worth it. And it's not going to be the same lesson the whole time. Things are obviously going to adjust and change for you, but you do have to first make that choice to really step into that, to step into this journey and make the decision to really feel your way through the spiritual path that the Strength card offers. All right, so lastly, we've got the 10 of Wands with the 6 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so don't flee, don't run away. Allow yourself to process what is coming through for you. If you choose to run away from this, then you're just carrying these swords, the mental aspect of what you're going through, forward into the next part of your life. So if you skip over this healing, if you skip over processing that fear, then you'll continue to feel it. You'll continue to experience that. Um, and so your guides are saying, don't make it difficult. Don't overthink it. Don't put a bunch of stuff in your path that you don't need to. Maybe it's not as deep as shadow work. Maybe it's not as deep as figuring everything out in your childhood, but it is deep. And you don't have to make that complicated. You don't have to fill your schedule up with all of these routines and all of these things that you have to accomplish in order to be good at this spiritual path or to be good at receiving something. All you have to do is move forward and process what is coming up for you as you're moving forward. And if you don't know how to process things, then be open to learning. Be open to adjusting accordingly. Be open to changing your perspective about what you have done this far in your life or how you have approached things. Be open to learning. Be open to openness. And as you make that shift in your body language, in your body, energetically and physically, as you make those shifts mentally and emotionally, you will start to find that this process is so much easier than you ever thought it could be. You are getting to where you want to be, but how easy that path is completely up to you and your ability to not overcomplicate things. All right. So this has been your spirit guide message. Your guides are very loving. They are very protective of you. They want to see you succeed so much. They want you in that receiving mode. They want you to feel hopeful and have that a certain level of faith in life so that you can move forward and not worry so much and not have all of these limitations attached to every good thing that you do receive. You are worthy. You are 100% worthy of receiving good things. And if you step into that belief, then you'll just find that life gets a lot easier. So, yeah, I feel like take a deep breath. This has been a little bit of an intense message, but I feel like it's a good one. So if you found this reading helpful and insightful and you like the way that I do read tarot, then please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. I do post a weekly pick a card reading. I'm also over on TikTok. I do live readings every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So if you want to come and get a reading from me over there, then you are more than welcome. I also offer private readings. If you want to schedule one with me, then you can find my info in the description box as well. Also, if you are still listening, I will be offering tarot classes next month. I have chosen a date. I will be doing April 13th, 10 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So I will be going live, and afterwards, the live will be uploaded for you to tune back into if you missed the live or if you just want to review the information that we went over. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy this journey, that you really thoroughly dive into loving yourself and receiving good things because you are so, so incredibly worth it. Blessed be.